Okay, this video is not about the rules, this is about strategy. So you could consider it one of the first videos about how to win in chess, not just how to play chess. In this video, I want to give absolute beginners some idea of how they can begin. Because when you look at this array of pieces, as an experienced player, you automatically notice that the bishop is blocked by this pawn. The complete beginner looks at this thing and says, what is this? Oh yeah, it moves diagonally. Oh yeah, I can't move yet. And all of that takes time. So how can you transition from having no idea what to do to making good moves? Because it is far from obvious which moves are good when you have to spend so much time preparing any sort of attack. So what you're looking to do, and I'm just going to make nonsense moves for black, as if black's not making moves at all, is to give you an idea what sort of position you are aiming for. That would be you as the white pieces here. There will obviously, very likely, be variations between what you get and what you see here. For instance, this bishop might go here, or it might go here, or it might go here after this knight comes out. So what matters here is that both minor pieces, both knights and both bishops, all four minor pieces, are off the back row. The back rank should be becoming a ghost town. Next, the queen will come up. And then white will castle somewhere. Maybe he'll castle on the queen side. Maybe he'll castle on the king side. But the idea is you want there to be nothing between your rooks. Okay, so let's go back and see where the pieces want to go. Knights almost always want to go to these squares that are too diagonally from the corner, here and here. But, of course, not always. Sometimes you like to have your knights so that they are guarding each other. The more pawns there are in the center, the more the knights need to go to squares that control center squares. Bishops generally like to go to a place where they either oppose a different bishop or pin a knight, or, as here, potentially pin a knight. Or, let's say this piece comes out here and aims at this vulnerable square here. This is a vulnerable square because only the king controls it. I would encourage you to watch the video entitled The Fried Liver Attack. It's a chess.com video where they talk about this square, F7. That would go a long way toward helping you get ready. But the important point is keep three and only these three things primarily in mind. Get your pieces out, but control the center so you can, because there's no point getting a piece out if your opponent can just force it to go back where it came from on the next move. So, control the center like this move does. Get your pieces out. Get castled. Let's say he goes here and I go here. See, I'm attacking e4. Let's say he takes it. I might attack his knight. He attacks my bishop. But all of this action is happening primarily in the center. When white pins this knight, indirectly has more control of e5 and d4. He goes here to save his knight. Now he takes this. Now he guards c6. But every single time it's your move, you would like to move a piece from the back row. You would like to only move pieces from the back row. Of course, sometimes we can't do that. For instance, if white plays the Ruy Lopez, which is a perfectly good move. If black makes this move, black did not get a piece out either. If white takes this knight, well, he also took away the move that black made to get a piece out and would leave black without development. Or he could simply retreat. But either way, white has 2 pieces out, and black will have 2 pieces out after his next move. So sometimes we have to move a piece that's already out. But you should only do so when you have a very good reason. And on the last move, we saw one of the reasons. Because your piece is about to be captured, sometimes for free, especially if it's a pawn that's capturing it. You can't just give away your piece, not normally. So another reason we may have for moving a piece twice, moving a piece that's already out, is when our opponent gives us an opportunity. Now, of course, we're not going to expect to have opportunities this obvious in our game, but just so you know what I'm talking about. Here, white may lose the opportunity to capture this queen if he doesn't do it on his next move. In fact, if white just quickly played here without paying attention, even if black is a beginner, he's very likely to say, "Wow, what did I do? Oh, I gave away my queen." And then he's going to move it where it can no longer be captured. So when you get opportunities like that, the stronger of players you play, the less often you get such opportunities. If you have an opportunity to capture free material, or if your opponent is about to capture your piece, you may have to move or get to move a piece that's already out. But otherwise, you should always be looking to get a new piece off the back row. It doesn't much matter how. Just get new pieces off the back row, or prepare to get pieces off the back row. For instance, this move double attacks his center and lets a new piece out. We could start with a completely different type of opening, and we'll see that as well. Let's say that black plays d4, a so-called closed opening. And black may respond with d5. And let's say he plays here. And okay, let's say black goes here and he gets a piece out, and he gets a piece off the back row, he gets a piece off the back row. This piece seems to only be moving one move, but it gets out of the way of castling, it guards the knight an extra time, it doesn't have to move far to get off the back row. Let's say he makes another move, he castles, but all the time both players are primarily concerned with getting their pieces off the back row. Neither player, so long as they do not perceive an error in their opponent, as long as neither player does that, they just get their pieces out, and then they wait for further developments. We don't start making specific plans, or should not, until you get your pieces deployed. So this is the goal. Beginners sometimes will try to start an attack with 1 or 2 pieces, leaving all their other pieces at home, and not even sending their bodies back in bags. So don't do that. Remember 3 things: control the center, develop your pieces rapidly, 1 piece, 1 move as much as possible, and castle. Control the center, develop your pieces, especially minor pieces, and keep your king safe, usually by castling. The only reason you should be moving a piece for the second time is because you have a special opportunity or there's a special threat. Again, this is Chris Goldthorpe from chesschesschess.com, and this is one of the first videos in a new sequence called Learning How to Win. Thanks.